Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on, that.
They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it cautious. As if they make the wrong move it cautious. You see me, they like, ooh, chemo shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. Coming up on by the bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, chemo shopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like that, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Sabi got this bitch off the hand, got this juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it cautious. As if they make the wrong move it cautious. Hey, one way, one way, one way, one way, one way. Coming up on my I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's one West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum. Got you fucking scared some. Hit the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow Air Ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit, lil nigga. I'm past veteran. Never feeling third, lil nigga. I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping, kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it off. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it cautious. As if they make the wrong move it cautious. You see me, they like, ooh, chemo shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. Coming up on by the bullshit.
West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. One West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy, it get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since. All the dominance of one West rising to prominent. Cause I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupon for Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. The showstopper been the proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm growing them off Patron, premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest. I'm a born and ain't no rapper, do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they heat's on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had a nigga spin like a tire, Dan the D. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me.
Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man, busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and their head with that shit.
Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. Don't know how I did it, got it up the mud, straight to glory. Don't know how I did it, nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, up too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They said you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Off the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the field like Jeepers Creepers, say they want some smoke, dog. So I brought these chimney sweets. Coming like we coming, you can't even count. These niggas don't run it like we running, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till death do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine in. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, you a gospelite, bitch.
Fuck you talking about?
If that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK soup solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch. I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK soup solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. Ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All they hoes wanna take my piece. All the nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Shoulda took the time, get a damn no. But I see the shawty and I show her. She could never get a piece whole. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. Yeah, that sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bit mugger. I say, if that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK soup solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch. I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't nothing to me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, that clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating, why the temple? Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you're squirming off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Commanding general get a damn order, but ain't nothing me to damn kill you. I was stalking his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close comeback. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK soup solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch. I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. Stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Anybody else on the line? All right, you in a position to read? Trooper. Okay. All right, yeah, definitely. Get your sword ready. We're gonna bring it out. Shalom, Israel. I'm Officer Baraki Allah, representing I.S.U.P.K. We started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, in 1969. Here to bring the truth that the 12 tribes of Israel are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans scattered to the four corners of the earth. This is Wednesday night law class. Wednesday night we deal with the laws of the Most High, the commandments, statutes. And tonight's particular topic is it's called "You Should Obviously Stand Out When You Follow God's Commandments," Part 2. I did Part 1 last year, a few months ago, about 5 months ago. Just gonna revisit it again. There's a lot of scriptures to get out. You know, when you come into the truth, being an I.S.U.P.K, you know what I mean? You're taught properly. You have to go through different steps to even be into the school. Once you come into the school, you know what I mean? You're a trooper, and then you and then that oil is dropped on your head once you pass your test, and you're a priest of the Most High. You know what I mean? Whether you're prospecting, a trooper, you know, whatever rank you have, you know, when you go out in the world, you should stand out like a sore thumb. That's what they say. The saying they got. You definitely should stand out amongst the rest of the world. And that goes for, you know, at the job, school, family, you know, whatever setting that you may be in. And you know, because the law is all about being set apart. That's what the Most High wants us to be. He wants us to be set apart from all the other nations. You know what I'm saying? He want our light to shine for the world or whatnot. So, you know, when you have this knowledge, you know what I mean, you should definitely stand out. You shouldn't be recognized as the rest of the world. There definitely should be something different about you when you follow the Most High laws. For one, you know, when you get that oil dropped on your head, for one, it's definitely pick me up at Malachi 2:7. Malachi 2:7. Because people, you know, once you get this knowledge in you, when you get the truth, you know, we was all taught lies and came up in captivity. You know what I mean? So our mentality and mind state and knowledge is all over the place and not at a good place. Lies all over the place. Lie on top of lie. We grew up like Gentiles. You know what I'm saying? We were the Gentiles till we were grafted in, till we came into the school. Let me know when you got that, trooper. You still there? Okay, you got Malachi 2. Oh, Malachi 2:7. All right, go ahead, bring it out.
Malachi 2:7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge.
Right. So the priest, if you got the oil dropped on your head, you in the school, you should keep knowledge, and you should keep knowledge. Your lips should keep knowledge. You know what I mean? Now, as far as being on the slavery, we understand that working at Esau slaveries or corporations or whatnot, you may not be able to bring it out like you want to. You know what I mean? You know, you want to be always in move wisely, with wisdom. You know what I mean? You don't want to be in that camp mode while you working or while you on your slavery. They call it slavery for a reason. You know what I mean? But if you can bring it out, you can bring somebody out, like, you know, on your lunch break, and you and a brother, you and a, you know, sister, whatever, some sisters or brothers step to the side or whatever. You know what I mean? It say, read it from the top again.
For the priest's lips should keep knowledge.
Yeah, your lips should keep knowledge, man. You know what I mean? Once you learn your reason here on this earth, because, you know, growing up as so-called black people, we always ask the question, why are we like this? Why are we the only ones like this? You know what I mean? Why we live this type of life? Why we always catching hell? You know what I mean? Why we don't know who we are? Why we call ourselves a different thing every 10, 15 years? A different name for the race every 10, 15 years. Right. These questions are answered when you come into the school, when you come into the truth. So, you know what I mean? You know, you have to acknowledge, you have to let the rest of your brothers and sisters know this information. You know what I mean? We not with hiding our talents and holding knowledge and hiding it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We know a lot of Negroes be like they left the school. I'm talking about they've been in the school. I was in the school in 1995 before you even thought about the truth. But where you at now? You're not in the truth. You know what I mean? Them dudes just want to go on about life and just to say, yeah, I was in the school in 95 and 99 and all that. I was in school back in the day. That's the key word. You was in the school. You know what I mean? That's not respectable. I don't ran across brothers like that. You know what I mean? Everybody want to play that doggone the old game. You know what I mean? I was in the school in the 80s. I was in the school in the 90s, in the early 2000s. When you was a little baby, I was in the school, whatever. What you doing now, brother? What fruit you bringing through now? You know what I mean? So, you know, so definitely, so your lips should always keep knowledge. Keep on reading.
And they should seek the law at his mouth.
Right. So you know, when people are curious, when people want to know understandings about the Bible, why they say you can't eat pork? Can you show me the scripture where they say that sex is marriage? Can you show me the scripture on that we celebrate the high holy days and the feast days are forever? It was not just during the Old Testament time. Can you show me that the law is not done away with? You know what I mean? Can you show me that there's no such thing as immaculate conception? You know what I'm saying? All these things. You know what I mean? People should, you know, once, you know, because they may not care at first, but it's gonna be some things that come up, and they're gonna know you've been on your knowledge. You've been on your studying. You in the school. So when it's time for those moments to come up, you're gonna be able to prove all things, and people should seek those things. You know what I mean? Things come up all the time. I think well my mother, you know, my mother acknowledges the truth for sure, but you know, she got me as a son. Really, we've been taught up under General Yahanna, and she bought some lamb, but she bought some baby lamb with some veal or whatnot, and I had to let her know that that the veal, a baby calf, is unlawful. You know what I mean? Things like that in the law. You know what I'm saying? Once we showed her whatever, she went on and threw it out or whatnot. But just little things like that, man. You know what I mean? They gonna. She asked me about it, so I definitely let her know. Keep on reading.
For he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts.
Right, he's the messenger of the Lord of hosts. You know what I mean? Like, you know, every Negro, everybody who holds a Bible and has a following, or even a YouTube channel, is not of the Most High. Salaki, get right real quick.
Yeah, George, the bro saying was heavy, so you gotta follow the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. So you have to make sure you're not basically being a homosexual. You know what I'm saying? Not celebrating these holidays. You should be celebrating the Feast of Purim coming up March 5th, Sunday, sundown, through Monday, March 6th, sundown. You also should be celebrating the Lord's Passover, 54th Passover. It's going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina. That was the thing you should be doing. Around April, you celebrating Labor Day, or you celebrating y'all about to celebrate Valentine's Day. Something about some two homosexuals. You cannot be celebrating that. You know what I'm saying? The Lord told you not to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? These feast days. Bring out Amos 5:21 real quick. Or also Brock, y'all came in. That one for a second. Amos it. Okay, I'm gonna pass it back to Preacher Officer Brock, y'all.
Hey, the water for that. Definitely, the priest lip should keep knowledge, definitely. And definitely had to put my headpiece on, because you know when you bringing out the scriptures, you know what I mean, according to the scriptures, you know what I mean, we have our mitres on, we have our headbands on, our headpieces on, our crowns on our head. You know what I mean? That's what a priest looked like. So definitely we had to get that out of the way. But what I was saying is that the Bible is the most selling book in the world, the most popular selling book in the world. It's in almost every home, almost. In every home, everybody has a little not understanding. Everybody know what book it is, but we got churches on every corner, churches on almost every major street or whatnot, and millions of people, millions of leaders and pastors and ministers, all talk about the Most High. They all have a following that they teach, but their lips do not keep the law. You know what I mean? All they are is motivational speakers. All they're good for is leading the sheep to the slaughter, man. That's all they're good for. You know what I mean? And once you get an understanding of the Bible, once you get an understanding of the law, you shouldn't even, you know what I mean? We know not to let these individuals even listen to these individuals. If anything, we kind of cast these individuals down. Unless they're going to humble themselves and come into the school and learn for real. But, you know what I mean? We got so much confusion with the Christian church and everything. Now when the truth come out, people want to act like, oh, man, everybody do this. Everybody talking about they got the truth or whatnot. But that's not the case. I mean, they don't keep knowledge of the Most High. They don't keep the laws. You know what I mean? It's a difference. It's definitely a difference on that. Read that next verse.
Now God, verse 8, but ye are departed out of the way.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, drop that and give me James 4:4. Because I just want to start that off as a foundational scripture, you know what I mean? Because once your lips keep knowledge, you're gonna be known for that. Some people gonna be running away. Some people gonna be running away from you on that. You know what I mean? He ain't talking about nothing but the Bible. He always want to talk about the Bible all the time. He always want to talk about the Most High all the time. 12 tribes of Israel, the law, or whatnot. You know what I mean? It may turn some people off. Well, go ahead and get turned off, man. What you think you put on this earth for? Time is very short. Time is very little. A day, a minute, a second ain't promised, man. You know what I mean? And your life ain't you ain't put here. Ain't nobody put on it. No Israelite put on this earth just to do their own thing. I'm gonna just do my own thing. YOLO. You only live once. You know what I mean? The whole duty is man is to keep the law. You know what I mean? The whole duty of man is to keep the law. Pull that scripture for me in the past. The whole duty of man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And our people don't know that. So we gotta let them know. We gotta get the blood off our hands. You know what I mean? If you're gonna be around somebody that's knowledgeable, you know what I mean? Just like in the days of Noah. Noah was teaching about the flood for over 100 years, man. You got it?
Oh, right now.
Yeah, but no, Noah was telling about the flood for over 100 years. Imagine doing something for years and years and years. It don't come to fruition. And then boom, it just happens. We already know, just like the Bible says, it's in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the coming of Christ. You know what I mean? The Most High told us, he told his soldiers, he told his men to go out to the streets and bring his people in, bring his people back into the law, into the truth, and show your people where you've been going off at. So that's what we doing. While we, you know what I mean, we'll prophesy to the wind, man. You know what I mean? It don't even matter. We just doing what the Most High told us to do. You can listen or not. And don't nobody, whatever we saying sometimes in the podcast, ain't nobody listening to y'all. Sometimes, you know what I mean? They got the evil saying, speaking evil of us, want to battle us, want to flash guns on us, draw down on us, fight us, sometimes spit at us, kick over our signs and all type of stuff. What is there to gain? What advantage that we have? We got every advantage, man. Because just like in the days of Noah, when that flood come and then doggone that door close on that ship is a wrap, it's over. Just like how the coming of Christ. You got that?
And be doers of the word, right?
Huh?
Yeah, one that said be doers of the word.
They said, read it for me.
Okay, the book of James, chapter 1, verse 22. Be ye be doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves.
That's not the one. But you know, just type in whole duty. Whole duty of man, and we'll bring it out. But okay, you got it. Oh yeah, Ecclesiastes 12:13.
Okay. I call this the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
It's the what?
The whole duty of man.
Man, it's your whole duty, man. So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man and women. It's our whole duty, man. You know what I mean? You ain't got to look no more. You ain't got to look no further, man. While trying to figure out what is my purpose? What's my purpose in life? Is it for me to own a business? Yeah, hey, go ahead and own a business. Go ahead and try to be successful or whatever. You know what I mean? But just know, you better be following the law, statutes, commandments. But that's your whole duty to do so. And the Most High gonna hold you accountable, especially an Israelite. I mean, it's only 12 gates of heaven. It's only 12 gates of heaven to get in. So if you talking about, you think you want to go to heaven, I want to see heaven one day. Oh, you know what I mean? I want to live my life for Christ or whatnot. You know what I mean? You better be knowing what the Israelites require, what is required of them. You know what I mean? So just like in the days of Noah, shall be the coming of the Hamashiach, the Messiah, Yahweh Shah Christ. You know what I mean? And that's what we in the middle of. That's what we doing right now. Right. So you got James 4:4. Trooper. All right, I'm gonna let you know. But the see, most people' problem is that everybody caught up in being accepted by others. You know what I mean? Everybody want to say they don't care what other people think, but they really do care what other people think. We already know this. That's a lie by social media. People do anything for clout. People do anything for attention. Do anything for likes. You know what I mean? They risk their life for TikTok views and fall into their death. I just seen an article this week. I'm not even gonna bring it out. I'm gonna just paraphrase an article this week. A dude trying to make a TikTok on the cliff end up falling from his death, man. You know what I mean? Your whole duty in life is not to get likes and not on TikTok, man. Your whole duty in life is doggone is to keep the law. You know what I mean? And that's gonna keep you set apart from the heathen, from the people that don't abide by the law. You know what I mean? For people that think they got morals, they don't really got no damn morals. You know what I mean? It should be like oil and water. It should be like night and day. You know what I mean? When dealing with them, that glow should be on you because you're dealing with the oracles of the Most High, man. You're following the law. All right, go ahead, bring it. Before you bring that out, well, I just want to talk about that being that attention. People want to be accepted by the world, and people don't. Contrary to popular belief, people do care about what other people think. They do care about how they're going to be perceived or whatnot. That's very important in the world. And but they're willing to be friends with the whole world. You know what I mean? Whatever wave is on, whatever new wave is going on in the world, everybody want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? People accepting the homosexuality, accepting gays. You know what I mean? They want to follow the popular gay couple, the popular gay person, or whatnot. You just whore for attention all over the damn place. You know what I mean? Christ said, but we already know what Christ said. Go ahead and bring that out. James 4:4.
James 1:4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God?
Go ahead.
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
A friend of the world is a friend of God.
Is the enemy of God.
A friend of the world is getting accepted and everything. The Most High look down from heaven and He smiles upon that.
The enemy of God.
Did you hear that? You an enemy of the Most High, man. So definitely check yourself, man. Check yourself in all settings. Check yourself online. Check yourself at the job when nobody's watching. You know what I mean? Because you're a friend of the world. You're an enemy of the Most High. You going with that? You running with that play? You running with how they doing? You can running with the homosexuality? I ain't gay, but I got ain't nothing wrong with it. I got gay friends or whatnot. Man, you're an enemy of the Most High.
Right.
And that's why he say adulterers and adulteresses. Because really, definitely adultery is definitely against unlawful. But what he talking about is definitely the Israelites going after another belief, after another God, another belief system. That's the adultery. We married to the Most High. So we're going after a fake God, a false God. Man, you know what I'm saying? That's adultery, man. You know what I mean? You left the first marriage, man, and going into something that ain't even that's not even living. Something that's wood and stone. something that's made up of nothing. That has no, that's not even a real God. You know what I mean? So we definitely want to put that out. You don't want to be on your last days and leave this earth and be found the enemy of the Most High, man. You know what I mean? You gotta block out the rest of the world and focus on this law and focus on your on your soul. You know what I mean? Because when it's time for the when your number is called, he's not gonna be asking you. Nobody's gonna be with you with your judgment. It's all gonna be on you, on how you treated others. Of course, Satan gonna be right there as a prosecutor or whatnot, and he gonna show. And don't let him be able to show how you was a friend of the world. You know what I mean? How you just going for everything. You know what I mean? You ain't standing up for nothing. You ain't standing up for nothing except what the doggone TV tell you, except what social media tell you to stand for. Or we fighting for this battle as black people today. That's what I'm fighting for. Everybody changing they had a shooting at the gay club. Everybody changing they icon and they Facebook picture, their profile picture to the rainbow flag. That's what you doing. You know what I mean? They had a shooting over there in London. You putting up a post about RIP to the people in London. You just all over the place with it. You just a puppet and don't even doggone know it, man. You know what I mean? And that's why the Most High tell us the dry bones got to wake up. Because you know what I mean, once you want a dry bone, a dead sleep state, you don't even know it. You don't even realize it until you come into the truth, man. And that's our job. You know what I mean? And that's why you're not standing. That's why you're not standing out. That's why you a dime a doggone dozen. You know what I mean? That's why I work. That's why I work. You really think you're a leader, but you just a follower. You know what I mean? Everybody doing the same thing. Everybody talking about the same thing. Everybody gossiping at work. Everybody doggone in everybody's business. Everybody talking behind everybody back at work or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You caught up in it too. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High, he ain't with that gossip. He not with talking behind another brother's back. You know what I mean? That's in the law. If you got a gripe with another brother, you go to him personally. And a lot of brothers that come up the Israelite faith, I'm gonna say Israelite faith. I ain't gonna say the truth. They come up on the Israelite faith. They read that, they see that scripture, but they do not operate in that at all. They get worse when they come into the Israelite faith or whatnot. They talk about brothers more behind their back. They more unrighteously judgmental. Now, there's nothing wrong with being judgmental on righteous issues, but when you don't even know the background, the story, the understanding about a brother, and you just don't like a brother just because how he look, because how his vibe is, whatever. I don't like him. I don't like her. You don't even know this individual. You know what I mean? What you doing with your Howard's name in your mouth with that type of attitude? You know what I mean? When I come around you, it ain't nothing but bad vibes, and you don't even know me. But you with the Most High. How does that work? You know what I'm saying? So you got to really have some thick skin coming into this, because most people want to be friends with the world. A lot of times, you know what I mean, you may get caught up. Your real want to be friends with the world. We already know how a lot of these women are, definitely men also for sure. But we already know how a lot of these women are. They definitely running to be friends of the world. You know what I mean? Some people, that's why a lot of people get caught up in suicide. Yeah. That's why a lot of people get caught up in suicide, because they worry about being friends of the world. Because you got picked on, because nobody pay you attention, because nobody feel that you're attractive. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna fail your family because you lost your job. And you don't want to be looked at as that type of person, so you just kill yourself because you know what I mean? Because they're some very selfish individuals. Now I definitely have compassion on them, because a lot of them people, they definitely didn't know the truth or whatnot. They didn't know who they were. But you know what I mean? A lot of people are so too caught up in the world. That's why we got to teach our kids, don't get caught up in that, because all it's going to lead to is you having suicidal thoughts. All it's gonna lead to is you thinking about hurting yourself. All it's gonna lead to is low self-esteem. All it's gonna lead to is you compromising yourself with somebody who's trying to manipulate you. You know what I mean? That's how you turn a hoe out. You know what I mean? She a hoe may be a woman may her self-esteem may be low. Her self-esteem may be low. She, you know what I mean? She definitely don't know who she is. And definitely somebody with a manipulative mind could come in there and turn her out. It happens all the time. Or even these young boys in the streets. You know what I mean? You don't know who you are. You know what I mean? You growing up in the hood, you growing up just in the black community or whatnot. You know what I mean? You gonna hurry up and get you a gun and try to hurt your brother. And you never once thought about the heathens are the enemy. That the oppressor is the enemy. You never thought once about that. You know what I mean? When you point that out to brothers that, you know what I mean, we need to stop fighting everybody. We need to stop fighting ourselves and turn the real fight on the heathen, the real fight on the oppressor. They're gonna be looking at you like, what? You know what I mean? You always talk about that, man. You always talk about, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Your bullets, I mean, not even say your bullets and your gun, but all your smoke and all your problem, all your problems is for the white man, man. You better not be messing with the white man because they scared of the oppressor, man. They scared of Esau. You know what I mean? But we're not scared of him. We already know we're gonna have to get his empire. His empire is gonna crumble. You know what I mean? And Christ is on our side, the Most High is on our side. They all gonna fall one day. We're not looking at our brother now. We will defend ourselves. We know some of these niggas is stupid out here. We know some of these niggas is plotting. You know what I mean? So we watching everybody, like I always say. Like we always say, we watching the heathen, you know what I'm saying, the oppressor. We watching our brother. We watching everybody. That's the life as an Israelite, man. You know what I mean? Everybody trying to doggone play on you. You know what I mean? Everybody doggone trying to harm. A lot of people trying to harm you from all type of different angles. But once you follow the Most High laws, you got that protection. You know what I mean? When you really feel the Most High. Now all that big time capping down, all that cap talk. When the women say, "I want a God," what they say on the post, I want a God-fearing man. You know what I mean? When you see on their profiles or when they talk, you know what I mean? You got to be a God-fearing man. With little chick, you know what that is? The fear of God is to follow the Most High laws. Go ahead, Napash.
Like I said, they want a high value man. They talk about Exodus 95. So they want a God. I mean, they want a high value man. They think you know what I'm saying? They just want a man with money. That's all. You know, they don't care about, you know what I'm saying? They can be able to protect them. You know what I'm saying? When World War III come out, they ain't even concerned about a homo invasion come in. You know what I'm saying? They thinking, you know what I'm saying, as long as you got money, you're a high value man.
Right. Yeah.
Right here in the scriptures, you know what I'm saying?
You got some scripture to bring out. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, definitely. They definitely always think that we got a lot of this high value man talk. You know what I mean? Especially Kevin Samuels, she came in with that high value man. But that brother has passed on last year, 2000. Well, matter of fact, that was that 2021, 2022? I think it was 2022. He's not even here anymore, man. You know what I mean? So it got to be a little bit more than that. You got to give me a little bit more than that. You know what I mean? You can get all the money, get all the status, the accolades, or the clout of this world. But what is the gain if you lose your soul? If you drop dead tomorrow, tonight, you know what I mean? What is there again? What is there to gain? The world gonna move on. You know what I mean? So that high value man talk, that should have died with him. Go, what you gonna bring out? And while you're doing that, Mawashah pick me up as whole Deuteronomy 17 and 19. Deuteronomy 17 and 19. You're looking for it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, go ahead, bring that out. Go ahead, bring it out, Mawashah.
Deuteronomy 17 and 19. And it shall be with him, and he shall read therein all the days of his life.
What he talking about? He talking about the law. All the days of his life. You know what I mean? He talking about that law. You better get your mind right on what to do. And you know, we just don't read. We also have the spirit of the law, also the spirit and the truth. Keep on reading.
That he may learn to fear the Lord his God.
Yeah, hello. That he may do what?
That he may learn to fear the Lord his God.
Right. That you may learn to fear the Lord your God. You're not just born with this. You know what I mean? There ain't no internet talk, no social media, no dating profile talk. I'm a God-fearing woman. I'm a God-fearing man. I want a God-fearing woman and all that, man. That's all that flexing talk, man. You know what I mean? You have to learn that. And that comes through the scriptures. Go ahead. Keep on reading.
Our God. To keep all the words of this law and these statutes to do this.
Right, all right. Well, keep all the words of the law and the statute of doing. It's explaining right there in that verse. What the that you may learn the fear of the Most High. And the fear of the Most High is to keep all the words of the law and the statutes and to do them. Learn first and then do them. That's the fear of God, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? Real. So, you know, we hear all that, you know, just like the scriptures say, they honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me, man. That's what we're dealing with, and that's why we never mind them. That's why we can't pray with y'all Christians. Oh, well, we'll pray for y'all. We can pray for y'all, but as far as join me in intercessory prayer, hell no. Hey, take my hand and let me lead the prayer. Hell no, hell nah. For what? For what, man? You don't feel the Most High. Yeah. Your words don't move me. You know what I mean? Your little energy don't move me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because you praise him with your lips, but your actions are far from him. And you ain't even trying to hear it. You ain't even trying to get to the truth of the matter. You know what I'm saying? What are we even talking about? Really? You think you got, you know what I'm saying? You got all this zeal for the Most High, but you really don't. You know what I'm saying? You really hate the truth. I see this, you know, we already know we see this all the time, man. We see this all the time. A woman is on fire for the Lord. A man is on fire for the Lord. Ain't doing nothing but teaching a slave master religion. Ain't doing nothing but dancing and prancing up there for the church. Doing the same thing a doggone slave was doing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't talking about nothing, man. Ain't talking about no law. That's when I say talk about nothing. They ain't talking about no law, man. All they want to talk about is grace, period. But when they paying a bill and they ask for a grace period, they, you know what I mean? They know that's not forever. They know that if your light bill is late, and of course we already know this breakdown. If your light bill is late and you ask for a grace period, is it gonna be? It's gonna be forever, Napash? It's not gonna be forever. It's gonna be for a year. No, you got more. You got another schedule of bills to come. It may be for a week, a few days, or at the most 2 weeks, man. You know what I mean? If you want to defer your car note, they may give you a deferment for up to 90 days, maybe. But it's gonna be a time, man. That grace period. Don't play with that grace, man. You playing with Christ, and Christ ain't to be playing with. The Most High is not to be played with at all. You got. Let me know when you find that, Napash. Pick me up at John 15:18. John chapter 15, verse. Chapter 15, verse 18 through 19. Because another thing about standing out, whatever, you're gonna have to get a, you know what I mean? You should be looked at as very radical. Not radical as far as bugged out or whatnot. You know, it's a lot of internet Israelites that learn the law, and you know, they're not learning the law, ignorantly learning the law or whatnot, and doing a lot of hooping and hollering or whatnot, and coming at people where they should be shutting up and learning up under a priest and up under a priest that been doing this job longer than themselves out of the I.S.U.P.K. But they've been learning for 2 weeks, for a month at the house at the internet Israelite and trying to cast down everything. You know what I mean? And thinking they getting real persecuted through Christ. But you ain't seen no persecution until you really came into the real knowledge. You know what I mean? We in the I.S.U.P.K. We were striving to be Christ-like every day. Christ followed the law. We gonna keep the law. You know what I mean? Christ cast down all those fables and fairy tales or these religions are set up. We don't respect no religion. We don't respect no religion. You know what I'm saying? You already know you in the I.S.U.P.K. They're gonna be like, well, you need to respect that person's religion. I don't gotta respect the damn thing. You know what I mean? Now, if I'm on my slavery or whatnot, hey, it is what, hey, y'all do what you do. But outside of that, they be talking about you can't be like that. Yes, I can be like that, according to the Most High. And that's when people start hating you. People that you ain't never had no problem with. Your first cousin that y'all grew up together and everything. Sandbox partner. Y'all barely even had an argument. You start doggone talking about this law. You start breaking down the truth of the Bible. Because I know how people is, 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. The Most High, we are special people. We are set apart people. Now, we don't have no knowledge at all. For sure, we think we do, but we all talk about how we love the Lord. You can get the biggest killer in Atlanta and interview that Negro. He going to be talking about how he got a relationship with the Most High. Believe that. You know what I mean? He going to be talking about something about Jesus. He going to be talking about something about the Most High. He going to be talking about something, because that's just our people. Because we are the Lord's people, but that's not good enough. So I said that to say is that when you bring it back to your family and your friends, the ones that you close to, that you never had any problems with or barely had any problems with, when you just simply breaking down this law, you simply breaking down the Bible, you simply telling them that no, this stuff is not done away with. You know what I mean? No, you cannot eat no doggone pork, shrimp, crab, or lobster. Or you like juicy crab, you cannot go up in there. You know what I'm saying? Real, the Most High would doggone, you know what I mean? He would not in the heaven. You know what I mean? You better not ever eat no pork. You're gonna get your head knocked off. You know what I mean? You telling them people that doggone, if you talk to another man's woman that you committed adultery. Nah, she ain't got no ring. She ain't got no ring on her finger. She ain't got no ring on her finger. All these type of things is I can go 1,000 different angles with what I'm saying. When you start bringing out that law, that's when that sword. That's when the Most High sent that sword in. Y'all had a good relationship for 30 years. Now it's time to. The Most High said, now it's time to bring that sword in. And you sent in, and you've been taught the law by the I.S.U.P.K. up under Commander General Yahanna. You bringing that sword in. Now it's a problem. Now folks getting mad. Now folks acting like they want to fight you. Now folks acting like they don't want to fool with you. Now folks putting false rumors on your name. You know what I mean? Now folks saying that you in a cult and everything. You know what I mean? For simply quoting the same Bible that these people had up in their house, up in their dashboard. They claim they've been reading since they can read. You know what I'm saying? So that's when that persecution come in. And some people want to kill you behind it. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's a matter of life and death, man. But what did Christ have to go through? What did the disciples have to go through? What the prophets have to go through? Was it an easy cakewalk for them? When you read the Bible, do you see when you read the Bible and the people in the Bible, are you thinking that everybody was down for the play? Everybody was down with the law? Everybody was down with the Most High? And it's just different now. People don't want to hear it these days. No, it's the same way. There's always been a remnant. The people you read about and hear about in the Bible that followed the Most High, there was a remnant, a small selection of people, a small percentage of the population that followed the Most High, man. And that's who he dealing with. The Most High ain't dealing with everybody. You know what I mean? All right, go ahead and bring that out for me. In John 15.
John 15:18. If the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you.
Right. What is Christ saying? Don't even forget about it. You know what I mean? Forget about it. Hey, if he hates you, the world hated me, then you already know they're gonna hate you. This is like real. We being Christ-like. This is real. The WWJD. What would Jesus do? You know what I'm saying? We followers of Yahweh HaMashiach. You know what I mean? The true, the living Messiah, man. You know what I mean? This is what he went through for sure. This is what you want to go through. So it's a popularity. And you used to be the man, homie. In high school, you used to be the man, homie. In college, you used to be the man. Back in the day, you used to be the man. You know what I mean? You got in that I.S.U.P.K. and that everybody hating on you. Are you ready for that? In other words, are you ready to be a follower of Christ? Are you sure you ready for that job? I don't know. Keep on reading. 19.
Verse 19.
Gotcha.
Verse 19. If you were of the world will love its own.
Mm-hmm.
But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you.
Right. Don't let that go over your head. The Most High, Christ said because he had chosen you out of the world, not because you chose him. You know what I'm saying? If you was of the world, they'll love you, man. If you know what I mean, the way some of our brothers speak in the school, in the school to pizzazz, that we could have took our talents to political field. We could have took our talents to the I ain't gonna say corporate because you know what I mean, that's still a slavery. We could have took our talents to a lot of places where the world would have definitely appreciated. You know what I mean? We could have went into the drill music and used our talents for that. And teaching brothers to be about their life and doggone don't play with a nigga, take a nigga off as soon as the nigga play with you. You know what I'm saying? Talk about killing niggas every minute. We could have been talking about that. Could have used our words for that. You know what I'm saying? But we chose to not. The Most High chose us out of the world. He chose us. Consider yourself blessed, man. You know what I mean? When you come, when you really set apart and you really doing something, man. You know what I mean? You should be receiving some persecution. You know what I mean? You know what they say in the world. You know what I mean? You ain't doing nothing unless you got some haters. What they say? That's what they say. Right. You ain't doing nothing unless you got some haters. You ain't no big player. You ain't doing no real playing. You ain't got no real game about yourself, and you ain't got no haters. How you a big player? How you doing all this stuff and you ain't got no haters? You know what I mean? Because players got player haters. You know what I mean? But let's take it on a level above for real. You know what I mean? You following Christ. You know what I mean? You being Christ-like, man, they hated Christ, man. They killed Christ, man. You know what I mean? They hated Christ, so they doggone, you know what I mean? You should be feeling the persecution also. If everybody just highly esteeming you or whatnot, you know what I mean? You may want to check yourself. You may ain't talking about nothing. Definitely. Go ahead, Napash.
Oh yeah, just like you piggyback, like you were saying earlier, a woman said they want a God-fearing man. That the Christian woman and your worldly one, or they both in the world. Mm-hmm. The other one said they want a high-value man. You know what I'm saying? This is how you're going to get a high-value man according to the Most High. If you follow the law, statutes, commandments. You go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold. Even a man, the golden wedge of Ophir. The word Ophir means just physical riches. You know what I'm saying? Like having money, clothes, jewelry, and stuff like that. If you follow the law, statutes, commandments, he'll make you more precious than that fine gold, than that Ophir. You know what I'm saying? Than physical riches. You know what I'm saying? You'll have salvation. You know what I'm saying? You'll have a real high value man. That's how you get a high value man. You know what I'm saying? According to the Most High. And of this world too.
Right, that's a real high value man. Now the truth coming, the truth 1969, the truth is spilling back into the earth. Now we here in 2023, you know what I mean? The truth is spread. You know what I mean? The truth is just not in New York. It's spread to all the four corners of the earth. The I.S.U.P.K. is all over. We got I.S.U.P.K. Netherlands. We got I.S.U.P.K. Puerto Rico. We got I.S.U.P.K. UK. You know what I mean? And all the states or whatnot. So these men are waking up their families up and waking their ribs up. Now man is becoming more precious than fine gold, like the priest just brought out. You know what I mean? Now is the time like people never seen before. You know what I mean? They thought the money that made you, but now it take way more money. You know what I mean? You could be a rich sucker. You could be a rich dummy. Right. You know what I mean? You could be a rich coward. You could be a rich, all that type of stuff. You could be rich and have power and everything, whatever, but you're gonna get knocked right down. if you don't have the laws, statutes, commandments, and follow those that the Most High commanded, man. Especially if He calls you to come out of that. If He calls you to come out of that, then you follow the Most High. You know what I mean? Because those riches and that money is temporary. You know what I mean? What they always say, you can't take it with you. You can't take it with you. I never, what Big Meat said, I never seen a Brinks truck pull up at a funeral. Well, doggone Negro, you need to be, you know, something a little bit more solid. You know what I mean? Yeah. BMF. Y'all be watching that BMF episode? Yeah. The BMF series and documentaries and all that. They're very entertaining. But you'll be a fool to try to follow up behind that. Really, Big Meech dog gonna live a real plush life. I witnessed some of that stuff before he went into prisons right here in Atlanta. You know what I mean? But what is that a game, man? That man doing 35 years, man. Everything been stripped from him. You know what I mean? All his wives, his kids, and everything. You know what I mean? They had to be separated from him, man. You mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, hey. You know, people be like, yeah, you know, we look up the Big Meech or whatever, but how long can it really last? Okay, you look up him to do what? To be a black mafia family and just get indicted? You know what I mean? The people that are doing less than he did is getting indicted right now for RICO cases and all type of stuff right now, man. So we're gonna use one of his sayings. You never see no Brinks trucks. The Brinks trucks that carry the money. You never see them pull up to a funeral, man. So put your foundation, put your trust into something that's real, that's more solid. Put your trust in your foundation in something that's more greater than yourself. It's something that's gonna be more everlasting than some paper with some presidents on it, man, or whatever. You know what I mean? Because those things are temporary, man. Yeah, definitely put yourself in a position to get that stuff, but definitely don't dedicate your life to the whole duty of man. You didn't know that the whole duty of man is to follow the law. You didn't know that. Now you know. Now what you gonna do with it? You know what I mean? Pick me up at John 17:9, man. John 17:9. Right, because we already know our people will be praying. Brother, let me pray for you. Sister, let me pray for you. People quick to lay hands on another individual. You know what I mean? You have a blessed day. These things have become, God bless you, brother. God bless you, sister. These things become so watered down, they don't even mean nothing anymore. You know what I'm saying? If somebody ever in a situation or whatnot, they always ask you to pray for them or pray for me, pray for this or whatnot. But hey, you in the world, you of the world, and then your ears, you refuse to hear the laws of the Most High. You acting like a big dumb. You acting like you believe the lie, hook, line, and sinker that everything in the Old Testament is omitted. You know what I mean? It's like I grew up in Christianity just like a lot of us did, but it's like the thought of that is crazy, it's mind-blowing to me. It's like you thinking that the Old Testament is omitted? You thinking that God changed it? So where rape at? Because I don't remember a case of raping. I mean, it may be a case of raping in the New Testament. Don't quote me on that, but I don't remember raping being in the New Testament like that. You know what I mean? That you can't steal, kill, rape, molest, pedophilia. You can't be gay. You can't goddamn finesse your brother. You can't finesse this and finesse. You can't be lying or whatever. All that's Old Testament tithing. All that's Old Testament talk, man. What do you mean that the Old Testament is done away with? You think the Lord put there for play, and that's why your life is full of play. Is full of. You know what I mean? That's why the Lord gonna play with your life in a bad way, man. Because you were insulting the Most High, man. That's an insult to the Most High. Shalom, Lord Christ. Who is it? Young man Charles? Shalom, Lord Christ. I got you down. Anybody else on the line? Who else on the line? Shalom, Lord Christ. I already put you down, and you say you're real Miranda. Okay, I got you all down. Right, you about to say something, young man Charles? Young bar. Go ahead, bring it out.
If I may, sir.
Go ahead, bring it out.
So I guess what you're saying is so heavy because the Christians love to say the law, the Old Testament done away with, but they don't do away with that tithe though.
Yeah, they don't do away with the tithe. They definitely don't do away with the tithe, and they don't do nothing with it. They don't do away with the raping. You know what I'm saying? If somebody raped their daughter, somebody raped them, they definitely going to the police. They ain't gonna say, "Oh, that law is done away with." You know what I'm saying? And that's why we have to become masters. We have to become masters of the law. We're going to show these people how stupid you sound. You know what I mean? The 10 Commandments come up out of the Old Testament. Honor your mother and father. Don't lie. Don't steal. Don't kill. You know what I mean? All that type of stuff. So we can lie. So we can lie now because you think the Old Testament is done away with? That's crazy. You think the Most High just put there for they think the Old Testament is put there for a comic book, man. You know what I'm saying? I know we all dealt with this issue before, but I'm saying this stuff is real heavy, man. These folks done made up their own little doctrine what they think. Oh, that was in the Old Testament. Oh, I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. But thank the Most High for the New Testament also. Just ain't nothing but a mirror of the Old Testament. Only doggone difference is you ain't getting your damn head knocked off. You know what I mean? That's the only doggone difference. And what I mean by that? Only difference is that we not getting cut off from Israel. Because y'all already know if you didn't get if you wasn't celebrating, if you didn't celebrate Passover from your youth on up, you would have been cut off from the nation of Israel. If you didn't keep the feast of the unleavened bread, you would have been cut off from the nation of Israel. If you had a Christmas tree in your house, you've been cut off from the nation of Israel, man. It don't matter if you're a natural born Israelite. You try to come in, they said, no, we don't know you. Like, man, come on. You ain't do this from your youth up. It's a wrap. You ain't part of us. Or you might as well be a heathen. But that's what Christ come in at, man. See, I don't understand what Christ came in for. The real grafting in. You know what I mean? Christ came in, that's the reason why we can come into the truth. Because of Christ. Because we damn sure ain't follow. This might be some of our first, second, third, fourth, fifth Passover. But we ain't even been celebrating no Passover over half our life. You know what I mean? Only our children could probably say that now. We first generation in the truth. You know what I mean? And that's the whole breakdown of the New Testament. You know what I mean? Because the Jews that was in Jerusalem in the Holy Land, they weren't trying to hear. They weren't trying to let the other Israelites that came up under Greek and Roman customs, like we grew up in Greek and Roman customs. When they found out they Israelites and trying to come back in, you know what I mean? The Jews that already was in the land, they like, we ain't doing that. Y'all can't come back in. You cut off from the nation of Israel. That's where Christ come in. You know what I mean? Christ is not a doggone license to sin and do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? At all. So read that once again, Marasa. Shalom, Lord Christ. Who is this? Shalom, Lord Christ. I'm gonna put you down. All right, go ahead, Marasa.
I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine.
Right, for those who was given to him. Because, like I said, like we already know, you didn't choose the Most High; He chose you, and that's another precept to John 3:16. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. That's in John 3:16, but within that same book of John, chapter 17, say, I pray for them. I pray not for the world. So, you know what I mean? That's definitely our understanding who Christ was dealing with, who the Most High is dealing with. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? It's a wonderful thing to be born an Israelite. We the salt of the earth. We got different talents. There's many Israelites that they probably may not ever come into the truth. But they still blessed with the talents of singing, of athletics, of the mind, architectural, you know what I mean, of the sciences, the inventions or whatnot. You know what I mean? We see obviously that we the salt of the earth, man. You know what I mean? But they may not ever come in, they may not ever come into the knowledge, man. You know what I mean? So you got to be a little bit more to just born an Israelite. You know what I mean? It's a wonderful thing, but you have to be, the Most High got to choose you to come in. You know what I mean? And that's why we go out on the street corners and bid to our people to come in. And that's another thing, Apostle. That's another thing. You know, when we go out to the streets, the whole world see us. We're not just in a building. You know what I mean? Yeah, we on Glenwood Road for sure. You can come into this building for sure and get taught a class. But every Saturday we going out into the streets. Long as it don't rain, long as the weather permit, we going out into the streets and we got that speaker on and we got that microphone on. We teaching to everybody that walks by. We trying to pull our people from out among the heathen. Now, when you do that, especially our people that's from the area, people see you. Sometimes people from your job see you, people from your past see you, people that you went to school with see you, and everything. You know what I mean? Last time they seen you, you was just, you know what I mean? You want on that type of tip. They ain't know. They looking at you like it's a sight to see or whatnot. They seeing you. They were like, well, I don't know what's going on with whatever your government name is. I don't know what's going on with whatever your government name is. He in some type of cult. He out there with them crazy dudes. You know what I'm saying? But what Christ say? He used the foolishness of preaching to bring the flock in, man. You know what I mean? We become fools for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying? Not fools as far as, but fools to the world. Like for real, that what y'all do. That what y'all do. Y'all just out here arguing and yelling on the mic all day or whatnot. They'd rather for us to be a good compliant slave. To do it the way you got to do it the way the white man told you to do it. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to seminary school, dress in the suit, and then come up. You got to show love, man. But the Most High told us to go out and lift our voice up and spare not, and show our people which is the nation of Israel, where they have been going off at. You know what I mean? Whether they like it and understand it or not, that's what we gonna do. You know what I mean? Some people in your family be like, man, you're embarrassing the family. Even some of your children. Like, I mean, daddy, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing me. I mean, I don't want everybody to know we do that. I mean, all type of angles of embarrassment, and people and they don't want to have nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? It may be a lawful time for you to come around your family, and you trying to greet your family with open arms, and they looking at you sideways, all because of this law, man. All because of what the Most High, because you follow the laws. They mad because you ain't making the grandma or the big mama 99 years old. She about to have a 100 centennial birthday party, and you ain't show up because you talking about you follow the Most High laws. Some of your first cousins gonna turn against you, man. Some of your aunties gonna turn against you. Your mama may turn against you, man. You can't just pull up one time. You know what I mean? Somebody that turned 100 years old, you can't pull up? Nah, I can't pull up, man. My grandma know I love her. My grandfather know I love him. But I would not compromise for the word. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you standing out amongst your family. You become a black sheep amongst your family, man. You know what I mean? And then at a job too. You already know. You know, especially we glad that Christmas, the holidays, and all that stuff is over. We got Valentine's Day coming over. They may have a potluck at the job. They may have a secret Santa at the job, and you gotta let them folks know what. Well, you gotta let them know the pot. I'm not participating in that. Right. Take my name out that secret Santa. You know what I mean? You may be doing your job to the T. Everybody loves your work ethic or whatnot. Everybody loves the way you're doing it, but you tell them folks to keep your name out the potluck. But we got an even number. If you take your name out the secret Santa, then that means whatchamacallit ain't gonna be able to get no gift. Take my name out there, secret Santa. I don't celebrate Christmas. And then you know what I mean? The folks make your job could be possibly in jeopardy. But you know, we put it all on the line for the Most High, man. We put it all on the line. These are real true stories. You know what I mean? We already know we're not capping up here. You know what I'm saying? You could be the most skilled worker, but you start talking about leave it up to Esau and them. Me personally, on a real personal situation, I couldn't even barely get past Halloween on them folks. At one job in particular. You know what I mean? I already know Christmas about to come up, everything, but October, I tell them people, no, I'm not celebrating. I'm not participating in the Halloween festivities. I'm gonna just do my job. I'll work through this process. Everybody looking at me crazy. You know what I'm saying? But these are the things, you know what I mean? If they hated Christ, for sure they're gonna hate you, man. For sure they're gonna hate you. Pick me up at Luke 16:15. Luke 16:15. Because the things that we can't see, you know what I mean, the spiritual world, the things manifest in the spirit first, and then into the we should be worried about what the Most High, the prophets, the angels in heaven. We should be more concerned about lining up with the saints instead of lining up with the world, man. You know what I'm saying? But people don't understand. People don't get that a lot of times. People don't get that a lot of times. They want to be highly esteemed. You know what I mean? They want to be patted on the back. But you know what, brother? You know what, sister? You got your reward. The Most High ain't had nothing to do with it. And men is highly esteemed among men. You have gotten your reward on earth. But according to the Most High, it's a strike against you. You know what I mean? You ain't getting no extra points with the Most High on this. You know what I'm saying? Really? Because I think a lot of people don't realize what I'm about to bring. What we about to bring out with this Luke 16:15. You got him outside? All right, go ahead, bring it out.
Luke 16:15. And he said unto them, ye are they which justify yourselves before men.
Which, hold on, which justify yourselves before what?
Before men.
Right. I mean, see, a lot of people they can say these words, they can read these words, but actually live in that. As we can tell with social media, as we can tell with the suicide rates, as we can tell with the depression and all the different medication that people are on, they really caught up into what men think, men and women in society think. But you know what I mean? What the priests of the Most High and the I.S.U.P.K, us and our ribs and the people that follow us, we don't care nothing about what men think. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High said the first shall be last. You know what I'm saying? We ain't running to get the likes. We ain't running to be highly esteemed among men, man. Keep on reading.
But God knoweth your hearts.
Uh-huh.
For that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of God.
Right. There's highly what?
Highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of God.
Did y'all know that? Those things that are highly esteemed among men. So basically what they're saying, like when the apostles were bringing out earlier, where they put out, oh, okay, this is a high value man. This is how a man's supposed to be. You know what I mean? A high value man. Not, you know what I mean? Well, those things that are highly esteemed among men, man, hey man, that's an abomination unto the Most High. If you ever see that in your own life or whatnot, if you ain't getting no kickback on it, if you ain't getting no persecution on it, you need to check it. You need to check what you're really doing. Because those things that are highly esteemed among men is an abomination of the Most High, man. You know what I mean? And what's highly esteemed? What's one man that we already know that's highly esteemed among men? They put up under Jesus, under Yahanna, Martin Luther King. You know what I mean? This is so-called Black History Month. This Black History Month right here, and we hear a lot. We're gonna hear a lot about Martin Luther King this month. Martin Luther King and all his boys, Abernathy, Jesse Jackson, Andrew Young, Hosea Williams. We got all these streets in Atlanta named after these guys. Anybody who will walk with King, they got a street named after them, man. For real. These things are hot, and they all over the United States. You got an MLK in almost every state. Martin Luther King is highly esteemed among men. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? He's an abomination in the sight of the Most High, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? For little black kids and little white kids and all the rainbow colors all to come together and be holding hands and walking down Stone Mountain or up and down Stone Mountain, man, that's an abomination to the Most High, man. Really. People are always gonna be like, well, you don't want to be like your slave masters. You don't want to be like you don't want to be like white, like Esau and the white people or whatnot, and be hateful like them. We gotta be better. We gotta be better than them and love them. We ain't gotta love them folks, man. Really. We ain't gotta love a damn thing. The court, thus said the Most High, man. Really. Because we already know the patience. You know what I mean? That we striving to be a saint, be saints of the Most High. The saints of the Most High ain't what you think. You know what I mean? He that leading the captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. This is the patience and the faith of the saints, man. That's what the saint waiting for the smoke, man. The saint waiting for the saints waiting for the get back. The saints can smell the blood, man. The saints know the beginning from the end. The saints know is waiting for the fall of their enemy. You don't know what a saint is. People talking about some I ain't no saint. I ain't no saint now. Well, I'm trying to be. Real, because I'm waiting for the fall of my enemy. I'm waiting for the captivity of all the heathens who had a hand in Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? We waiting for that day. We waiting to have slaves, man, working under us, and that's true, and that's exactly what's gonna happen, man. That's what a saint doing. Real, you know what I mean? You better refurbish. You better reset your mind. You better reread the Bible and come up under one of these prophets and show you what the Bible is really saying, because that's what a saint is. Everybody always talking bad about a saint. You know what I mean? Ain't you tired of that? I ain't no saint. I ain't never said I was a saint. With Negro, you need to be a saint. For real. A saint is revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? For real. Because we already know that on slavery time, if you read the Bible on slavery time, they burnt your eyes out, they killed you, they hung you. But the few little slaves that were trusted to read the Bible, Nat Turner, Denmark Vesey, Harriet Tubman, the ones that didn't read the Bible, what they do? They had a revolutionary, didn't they? They had a revolution that happened, didn't they? They started popping stuff off, didn't they? You know what I mean? And that's why they had to make the slave Bible, well, only the New Testament and the Psalms and Proverbs. But you know what I'm saying? If you had a true understanding, you'll still be able to get that out of that too. But you need the whole book, the whole law. You know what I mean? That's what a saint is. So put some respect on the saint's name, man. Please do, because real saints ain't nothing to play with. Saints are revolutionary. Saints move mountains, man. Saints is uncompromising. You know what I'm saying? Saints gonna keep their neck on a heathen, man. Gonna keep their foot on the neck on the heathen, man. For real, that's what a saint gonna do. For real. So definitely, you know what I mean? For real. So we definitely refurbishing our mind, we resetting our mind on coming back into the truth. We first generations. We're looking to pass this down to our children, to our nieces and nephews, to our cousins, to our family, to our friends that will hear the words of the Lord. You know what I mean? But if they do it, they do or not, we uncompromising with it. You know what I'm saying? We're not compromising against the Lord. You know what I mean? We've been compromising all our life. We've been tap dancing all our life. We've been going along to get along all our life. Even if you did hate the oppressor back in the day, you didn't know how to properly hate him. You didn't know how to properly deal with him. You thought just calling him cracker, that was it. Nah. When you take your heart out of America, that's when you fighting against the oppressor. When you said, I'm not gonna serve your holidays, that's when, and I'm gonna serve the high holy days. That's when you putting your foot on the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? When you saying no, I'm the real Jew, the fake Jew, that's a Jewish man. He gonna go into slavery. We're gonna have him shackled from the neck to his hands, to his knees, to the bottom of his ankles. And he gonna do it what we say. You know what I'm saying? Thus saith the Lord. That's coming back into the truth, man. That's how you fight America. You know what I mean? And just like I said last class, we all follow the high holy days and put down these holidays, America will fall in the year, man. Because we already know that around the Christmas time, that's when the most, a lot of us work in retail around Christmas time. A lot of we already know a lot of the income comes during the holidays. You know what I'm saying? And guess who the main customers are? So-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The Valentine's hour coming up, Valentine's Day hour coming up. And we all say, "No, we ain't dealing with that. We don't need a date. We don't need some old homosexual date to tell us when to love our woman." And no Black people, so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American people went in there and bought gifts on Valentine's Day. Man, America, those companies will fall. Less than a year, they will all fall. And then you know what? They'll be knocking at our door what they need to do. Okay, y'all. Okay. I see y'all not following the holidays. Y'all follow the holy days. They're gonna learn about that. They're gonna start making candles. They're gonna start selling lamb. You know what I mean? They're gonna start selling unleavened bread. They're gonna start selling you know what I mean, all the things that we use for these holy days. You know what I mean? Because we don't understand the power that we got in this country. You know what I mean? And what am I saying? Stop being a slave. You know what I mean? And come into the truth and teach you how to be a slave owner, how to be a slave master. Because that's our faith. That's the faith of the saints, man. And we prove all things. So definitely, we should definitely stand out among the heathen, stand out among our family members. Pick me up at Matthew 5:16. Yeah, Matthew 5:16. Right, because that's how light is we supposed to be showing. Our duty of man is to follow the law, statutes, commandments, but our duty is to show the rest of the world, the heathens, the heathen races, non-Israelites, you know what I mean, on how to properly live life. You know what I mean? That's going down to gardening, how to till the land. You know what I mean? The real morality of the law, on how the Most High is gonna have mercy on us. We supposed to be the leaders of morality, but now what happened? We didn't follow the Most High laws. Now the heathens are showing us what's morality, and now everything is Sodom and Gomorrah. Everything is turned upside down in this world, in this country. You know what I'm saying? And while we suffer, every time you turn around and somebody black getting killed, and now the black people killing us. That's on the police force. They told us to join the police. They told us that it's going to be different from starting from the inside of these jobs. You know what I'm saying? We found out that's a lie. You know what I mean? What Eric Holder? What Eric Holder? What he's Secretary of the State? He used to be Secretary of the State. Eric Holder, one of the top jobs in the political officers in the political system. What he do? Freddie Gibbs got killed up under his watch. You know what I mean? He had no mercy on his brother and sister. You know what I mean? President Obama, he's a Hamite, but his wife is from the tribe of Judah. Freddie Gibbs also was killed up under his watch. And all he wanted to talk about is black people pull their pants up. You know what I mean? We had all these black mayors in Atlanta since 1963 to 2023. It's all been all black mayors in the city of Atlanta. What happened? Atlanta is turning back into an oppressor city. gentrification is happening in all these cities. All around the United States have been police chiefs, city councilmen. You know what I mean? The DA, prosecutors are black, the judges are black. But what? Let me ask you something. Can anybody tell us any good that we benefiting from black judges, black prosecutors, black DAs, black city councilmen? You know what I mean? Let me tell you the real truth of the matter. The real truth of the matter is that if we had a heathen, if we had a so-called white man or a white woman that's a judge, they have a little bit more mercy on us a lot of times than some of these sisters and some of these brothers that are judges, which is very sad. You know what I mean? Fannie Willis, she got her foot on her brother's neck. Now she claims she's going after Trump, President Trump, and some of her stuff. But all they want to do is put on for their oppressor, so they can one day be a Secretary of State, so they can one day be a vice president, and one day be a president. They got to show that they can do way worse than a slave master can do. You know what I'm saying? That's what Fannie Willis doing. So showing she can doggone oppress a brother way more than any white prosecutor that ever been in Fulton County, Atlanta. Now she's nationally known. Now she can doggone take it to the top. It's all for self, man. Because you know what? They're not looking at themselves as a nationality. Everybody looking at themselves as individualites. They're not looking at themselves as Israelites. It's all about being an individualite, man. Bring that out for me, Mama son. Yeah, true. Pops, keep me on back up. Matthew 5:16. Mama son. Yeah, go ahead and bring that out for him. He may be in slavery or something. Matthew 5:16.
Comes on the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 16. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Right. We gotta let our light shine before men. When you shining before men, that mean you're not like every other man, like every other man. When a woman is letting her light shine before other people, that she's not like every other woman. It should be a difference. You should stand out. You know what I mean? When you're dealing with the law, statute, commandments, and then dealing with the sisters, you know what I mean? Gossiping is a very big thing. You know what I mean? Amongst the sisters. You know what I mean? When nobody's looking. You know what I mean? You could be in the school, but when you in that job, when they hitting you with that girl this and girl that or whatnot, you know what I mean? It's a real thing to follow the law, statute, commandments. Everybody make sure they have that phone on mute unless they bringing out a question. They got a question or whatnot. I hear a little feedback. You know what I mean? It's something we gotta remember. Not just before the nation of Israel, not just in the I.S.U.P.K, but you know what I mean. It really counts when we outside the school, because our people, they stabbing each other in the back. They talking about this. They you know what I mean. They stepping on each other. They ranting on each other to get to the top or whatnot. But we got to understand. We have to understand that in this world that it's not. We not after the glory of men in this world. We only after the glory of the Most High. Now that costs us a position to get ahead. You know what I mean? Or with a little gossiping or whatnot, because you know what I mean. If a lot of people gossiping at your job and stabbing each other in the back, and they come and tell you about it, and they see you not down with the play, what they gonna do? They gonna turn against you. Oh, he not down with the play. He or she, they may tell something. You know what I mean? That's when you have to put your faith into the Most High, and don't let this type of stuff move you, man. You gotta let your light shine before me. or show them that you not with stabbing your brother and your sister in the back. Now, it may be something simple, but these are things that we're going to have to deal with on a consistent basis on our slaveries. It's something that we have to deal with on a consistent basis in society, man. Because everybody want to get to the top and not really realizing that the whole duty of man is to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, man. And that Matthew 5 is a real heavy chapter. He also goes into how men goes into the law, how he didn't come, Christ didn't come to destroy the law. He came to fulfill. Go ahead.
That's so heavy what you said. They got to be thinking about, because it's like America is full of so many different cultures, and all those cultures are against God.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the culture that was within the Memphis Police Department, that those brothers were conformed to, was against God. And basically, what you're bringing out is you saying we have to be able to let our light shine, and going along with the culture that the Lord gave his people. If we did all the other cultures of America, that's against God.
Right, yeah, definitely. Because you know what, all those brothers in the Memphis Police Department and ambulance workers and whatnot, not one person stood up. Not one person stood up and said, no, this is wrong or whatnot. Not one person said, no, y'all killing him. Like, what y'all doing? Everybody shook by the system or whatnot. Everybody's going along to get along or whatnot. We can't. That's what I'm saying. We can't get so caught up in our slaveries, get caught up in so much in our salaries, get caught up in our status to realize that we need to stand up and do the right according to the Most High. We need to stand up and do the right thing. We need to come against something. You know what I mean? Everybody want to say, "Oh, if you stand for nothing, you fall for anything." But when your number is called, when it's time to be an example for that, what happened? So you mean to tell me you got 10 Israelites? Well, let me say, I had one white boy. You got nine so-called Israelites in beating on another brother. Nobody stepped up and said this is wrong. How many killings have we seen from since we were born and watching the news that the police be killing our brothers and sisters? How many killings have we seen when we was wrongly prosecuted? How many times have we seen where the police has wrongfully oppressed us in every way? But in 2023, you get a job that's paying your salary and you feeding your family, and you seeing them beating a brother, and nobody says nothing. Nobody steps up and says nothing. Okay, even they say, okay, the brother learned his lesson. The brother has learned his lesson. Let him go. No, everybody was shook and didn't say nothing. You know what I mean? That's what we come to. We come this far to learn what? We have learned nothing, man. You know what I mean? And that's the attitude. And that don't let these folks see you. You know what I mean? All these fake tears, all these fake hashtags, all these fake marches, all these fake revolutionaries. You know what I mean? You don't think one of them people had a Black Lives Matter shirt? You think they weren't with the Black Lives Matter program? Of course they probably was, man. But when it's time, when it's all this training, all this the oppression that our people have seen, but when it's time to perform, you know what I mean? All you do is conform. When it's time to perform, all you do is conform, and you worse than a white man, man. You know what I mean? We see all these pictures that we seen of our people burnt at the stake. Y'all remember that picture of our people burnt at the stake, and white people standing around eating popcorn and smiling, and little white kids smiling about that, and you can't believe that. But here it is in 2023. We got brothers and sisters standing around doing the same thing to each other. Y'all niggas has lost y'all mind. And this world in America is going, and Babylon is going to fall, and they're going to pay for every brother that's been oppressed, every brother that has fallen by the sword of this police system. No, we don't want to join your police force. No, we don't want to join your political system. No, we don't want to be a city councilman to your, you know what I mean? No, we don't want to be on your little summit, you know what I mean, or your little political reign. We don't want to be a part of any of that. You know what I mean? We want to be a part of the Most High, the governing 1044 to the governing type, to the government classes coming in. That's the only thing we want to be a part of. That's the only thing we want to be heard of. And that's what we have faith in. That's what we can't see it right now. Yeah, we don't see it right now. But that's what faith come in at. If you can see it, it ain't faith. If you can see it coming, guess what? It ain't faith. But we put our faith into what the Most High said things is going to be in. Not into this system. So we, you know what I mean? So we're gonna move on also because the food, because you know what, the food issue, Mawasa. I think Mawasa might have let me see something. He might be snoring on the phone. Hold on, y'all. All right, let me fix that real quick. All right, pick me up at young man Charles. You in a position to read? All right, pick me up at Leviticus 20 and 25 down to 26. Right, because another thing also is the food. You know the sad thing about a lot of our people. A lot of people got a zeal for the Most High, and they even hear the truth sometimes. But when it come down to their food, they'll rather die. Let them tell it. They say, we already know hell, that we in hell right now, but they think hell is a real place. They say they'd rather go to hell than not eat shrimp, than not eat crab, than not eat lobster, and then not on that pork, to not eat that. You know what I mean? They go spend a night at your house, or you come over to their house or whatnot. You know what I mean? They'll rather go to hell than doggone not have a Jimmy Dean pork sausage in the morning time. You know what I'm saying? You bring out that beef sausage, that turkey sausage, that chicken sausage. They body get to going crazy because they don't know what that is. They never tasted no beef bacon. What they tasted, you know what I mean? You ever gave some of your family some beef bacon before? They be like, "What is that?" Now beef bacon tastes real good to me. You know what I mean? It's a good substitute to meat. But they like, you know what? I'd rather just not even live life. I'd rather just be in the wrong with the Most High before I ever put down that Jimmy Dean sausage. You know what I mean? Go ahead, pick me up before they ever stop going to Juicy Crab. You know what I mean? Because before social media and Juicy Crab and all that, I didn't know how much our people love shrimp. How much people love shrimp, crab, and lobster, especially our people on the coast. The people on the Louisiana coast, the people on the Georgia coast by Savannah. If you grew up along the coastal, it's like you would rather die, and you would rather just your life just end and be in the and be dishonored by the Most High to ever put down shrimp, crab, and lobster, or fish or catfish. That ain't gonna happen. But when we tell our people that we're not touching that unclean thing, we're not touching that type of food, and you better not ever bring that into our house. If we go out with one of our ribs or whatnot, and they want to order some shrimp tacos. You ever seen that shrimp? They didn't even know they had shrimp tacos. They want to order a shrimp platter or whatnot. We said no, we ain't paying for that. It's a problem. But But they don't know the law, man. But we sticking by this law, man. You know what I mean? And that's another thing we separated on. We come to the fish fry. It ain't, you can have a fish fry, but we ain't doing no catfish. Right. You can come to the barbecue, but it ain't gonna be no pork chops. You know what I'm saying? We can go to a nice restaurant, but you better not order no shrimp. I ain't paying for it. The police gonna be called because I'm only paying for mine. I ain't paying for yours. Go ahead and bring it out, young man Charles.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 25. Ye shall therefore put difference between clean meat and unclean, and between unclean fowl and clean. That's blocked. And ye shall not abominate by meat, or by fire, or by any manner of living thing that creepeth on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean.
Right now this is okay. Yeah, we got to hold on real quick. Now this is Wednesday night law class. We got to go into the law on these things. Even going down to the food. This is not a very this is a very complex thing. Even going down to the food. The Most High already laid the law down of what's clean and what's unclean. You know what I mean? The question is not what's unclean. The question is what is clean, because it's millions of things that we cannot eat at all. The question is what can we eat? You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High ain't playing. He's not playing with us. These people eat shrimp, crab, and lobster, catfish, and pork all their life, but let them get serious about their health, and they looking at some kind of health guru and saying we can't eat red meats. We can't eat red meat no more. I don't eat that pork no more because of that. Well, I don't eat that. Sometimes they say they don't eat beef because of that or whatnot. They let another man or some kind of health guru tell them, and then they want to change their diet. But they don't know they're dealing with a jealous God, man. The Most High say he's a jealous God, man, because you know what I mean. He the only one true living God. You know what I mean? And you wanna look into another God. You want to look into another man, and then you want to change your diet when I have been telling you to not eat no shrimp, crab, and lobster, no catfish, no pork, no fish in the sea that don't have fins and scales. You know what I mean? You ain't listen to that. You never mind that, but you let some kind of doggone big head ass heathen come in there and tell you stop eating the lobster and shrimp, and now you want to listen. I got a problem with you. You know what I mean? You on that list of the Most High, man. You know what I mean? The Most High ain't playing the way saying he a jealous guy. What somebody jealous will do? Somebody that's jealous, they'll kill you. You know what I mean? We already know dealing with somebody, your cousin that's jealous. You got a best friend that's jealous. You got to watch that because one day they can kill you, man. You know what I mean? Cain and Abel. That's all that jealousy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's jealousy will spill your blood, man. And that's why you gotta keep jealous people from around you. But we dealing with a righteous jealousy. The Most High is jealous that you going after wood and stone, that you let another man tell you about your diet and how your diet's supposed to be. But you never mind the Most High. But you want to listen to every health guru on the internet. That you want to listen to somebody who's popular on Instagram and telling you how to eat when your daddy and when a prophet has been telling you how to eat this whole time. You didn't want to listen, but now you want to listen. You know what I mean? The Most High got a problem with that. You know what I mean? There's judgments behind that. All right, read 26. And had did what? And had did what for other people? Well, that's a real. Hold on. That's a real easy one. You know what I mean? Who could be the first one to answer me what severed mean? Right. I have separated you from other people. You know what I mean? You see that word holy in there. That word holy definitely means separated. You know what I'm saying? separation is not a problem. You know what I mean? Separation is not a problem. Segregation is not a problem. We was thriving more when we were separate, when we had separation from these other nations. When they started integration, when Martin Luther King came in with the Civil Rights Act and integration, we already know the breakdown on this, but we going over it again. We already know that's when no black colleges was ever made no more. That's when no black grocery stores was put into place. No black gas stations were put into place. Now in 2023, if you see somebody that's black, if it's a black-owned gas station, that makes national news. When it's a black-owned grocery store, that makes national news now. Because the Most High, he been wanting us to be separate. He been several us from other people, man. And read that last part. That's you can stop right there. That ye shall be mine. That's a racist statement, man. You don't know the supreme being. You don't know the Most High and all his power that he has to deal with, man. That's a very racist statement, man. And we are first of all, he severed us from other people, and that we shall be his. And then we don't see other races. We don't see no other race in the Bible that's his except the nation of Israel, man. That's why it's so important for the Wednesday night law class. That's why it's so important for the brotherhood class, man. You know what I mean? Because we have to really get the training on what to do when we get into these situations. You know what I mean? When people in the military, Navy SEALs, when they training as a Navy SEAL or whatever, they already know you can get the training for it all day, every day. You can train heavy with the Navy SEALs as a Ranger and all that. But until you get into that field and get into that real gunfight and be battle tested, you ain't talking about nothing. And even if it's taken to the streets, we already know you can go to the gun range all day. You can shoot it in the backyard in your tree. You can bust your AK-47. You can bust your chop off all day in the back or whatnot. But until you get into those real life situations and you've been battle tested, we don't know what you're really working with. So for sure, the Most High is gonna try you. You talking about you ain't gonna mess with no white girl. You talking about you ain't gonna mess with no heathen. You know what I mean? Hey, you may see a fine heathen may come your way. Stacked just like a sister, just like you like it, may come your way. And what you gonna do with it? He gonna see. He gonna see if you bought what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? He gonna see if you bought what you talking about, man. So when it come, you have to be battle tested. You have to be tried in the fire, man. And that's what the Most High is gonna see. It's gonna find out about you. Last scripture. Second Esdras. Pick me up. Second Esdras 1673. Second Esdras 1673. Yeah, y'all already know I had to go over that food issue, man. That food is not a light issue at all. Especially growing up in Georgia, down south. Now, when you go up north, a lot of times, a lot of our people, even though they deal with it up there, a lot of our people, they understand a lot more. Oh, okay, you don't eat pork. We understand. We done seen that before. But down south, they ain't never seen no Negro not eat no pork before. They never seen that. They you know what I'm saying? They got to the point where the people may even ask you, do you got white in your blood? So these people thinking that is you a heathen because you don't eat pork. They made pork, shrimp, crab, and lots of pork a part of our culture. You know what I'm saying? Where it's something that will give you much further from the Most High. Will get you out of the graces of the Most High, man. So thank the Lord for his law, man. Thank the Lord for his law and for his prophets that's bringing out the law that's taught us and that we can teach other individuals. You know what I mean? Because they got us messed up in this world, man. Everything has been twisted upside down. And you know what I mean? That's why we can't. That's why we can't esteem things that has been highly esteemed above, to men, because we can't pay attention to that. That's why you got to be learning how to walk among your own, on your own 10 toes. You know what I mean? When everybody go left, you go on to the right. Everybody going down, you going up. You know what I mean? It sounds good, but actually to be battle tested and play that out, it takes a lot. But you must do it. It is required. If it's so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, it's required of you. And there will be no excuses in that day. All right, go ahead and bring that last scripture out. That shall be tried as what? That's why I was just going over, man. You got to be tried in this fire, man. You can't be just doing all that lip service, all that mouth service. You know what I mean? All that Most High Christ and all that. Man. Hey, that's cool and all that. You know what I mean? But what's your integrity, right? What you doing behind closed doors or whatever? What you doing? What you know? What I mean? Are you really standing on this law outside of the school? Are you really putting down this law? Are you really suffering persecution? Something that you really want? You saying no to the unclean thing? Are you really doing that? You know what I mean? Yeah, because I mean this stuff happens all the time. You know what I mean? That's what leads to lust a lot of times. Brothers know the law on adultery. Brothers know what marriage is. But you see another brother's wife that's enticing to you. She's built how you want to. You built how you like it. That's your type right there. But you can't keep your eyes off of her. You know what I mean? If you was ever in a setting with her by yourself, you would do a little. You wouldn't. You know what I mean? You think you're doing something because you ain't trying her right out the rip, but you doing a little flirting where she can tell that you like her like that. You giving her the eye behind where ain't nobody looking. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you something. You have failed. You've been tried in the fire, and you've been coming back as fool's gold. But the real gold is tried in the fire, man. And that's how you know who the chosen is. You know what I mean? I'm Officer Barak Allah. This Wednesday night law class. I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and prophet Napas Kayak.
This I.S.U.P.K security announcements. Where the I.S.U.P.K started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come to the school, they are in for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to set themselves over the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. My I.S.U.P.K, that means 10 in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest bond, free all for a priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give, the next whole convocation is going to be a Feast of Purim. It's going to be on the 14th and the 15th day of the 12th month. They're going to be Sunday, March 5th, sundown, throughout Monday, March 6th, sundown. You also can find in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 and 31. And also get up for the Lord for the 54th annual Passover. It's going to be Saturday, April 1st, sundown in Raleigh, North Carolina, in a Space Convention Center downtown. Make sure you get your hotels, your flights, and your itinerary booked. Remind Aki and Milwaukee and check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, stone man all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. With that, get one to the teacher. Israel, Amman Sabat, Amani, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
How about some of y'all?
Well, I said to you in the Hebrew, may the Most High, in the name of Christ, bless you. Be out on the top, your hands down, class dismissed.
I got you.
For so long you've been sighing and crying, begging for justice, and here the Lord is bringing you justice right here to your streets.
City eyes.